It happened on a day of pouring rain. I'd finished shopping and returned to find a young man standing motionless in front of my shop. Standing there, rooted to the spot. In the downpour. Without an umbrella. Short blonde hair plastered to his forehead. A soaked, rumpled suit. The only thing that caught the light was a silver earring through his right ear cartilage. Raindrops drummed against my umbrella. In this torrential rain that seemed to wash away every trouble in the world, only this young man looked like he had nowhere left to go. What was he doing here, in this weather? Who was he waiting for, with that expression? I found myself calling out before I could think. Hey! His gaze drifted toward me. Dark eyes that reflected nothing. A sunken expression. He was facing me. But not seeing me. I knew it instinctively. His face crumpled. As if he'd spotted someone he'd been longing to see, somewhere beyond me. Whoa, what's wrong with you? The moment I thrust my umbrella toward him, the strength drained from his body. He collapsed slowly, and I reached out. My shopping bag tumbled. My umbrella skidded across the wet asphalt. Groceries scattered everywhere. Hey! Are you okay? All that remained in my arms was a cold, small body. I carried him inside. He went on the shop's break room couch, wrapped him in every blanket I could find, and made hot tea. When he finally opened his eyes, he looked around like he'd never seen walls before. Where? My shop. You collapsed in the rain. He stared at me. Then, why? Why what? Why did you help me? I shrugged. You were in front of my shop. It was raining. What else was I supposed to do? Something flickered in those dark eyes. The faintest light. Most people wouldn't. Most people are idiots. I held out the tea. Drink. He took it with trembling hands. Up close, I noticed things I'd missed in the rain. His ears. Slightly pointed at the tips. His fingernails, darker than normal, almost like claws. And when he moved, there was a fluidity to his gestures that wasn't quite human. What's your name? I asked. Kate? Of course. Nico stayed. I didn't exactly invite him, he just never left. Every morning I'd find him curled up on the couch, or in the sunny patch by the window, or once, inexplicably, on top of the highest shelf in the storage room. You're not a cat, I told him for the dozenth time. He just blinked at me with those dark, unreadable eyes. He never talked much. But he was always there. When I stocked shelves, he watched. When I closed up, he helped, silently, efficiently. When I made dinner, he appeared at the kitchen doorway like he'd materialized from the shadows. Were you always like this? I asked one night. I mean, not quite human? He was quiet for a long time. Then, I don't remember. Before. Only, the rain. And you. I didn't know what to say to that. So I didn't say anything. I just gave him more tea. Weeks passed. The rainy season ended. Sunlight filled the shop, and with it came something I hadn't expected. Nico started to change. He smiled more. He talked more. He started asking questions. About the shop, about the neighborhood, about me. Why do you run this place alone? My grandfather started it. I grew up here. I wiped down the counter. Never really wanted to do anything else. That's nice, he said softly. Having somewhere you belong. Don't you have somewhere? He looked away. I don't remember. That was always his answer. I don't remember. As if his life before the rain had been erased. Well, I said, you belong here now. If you want. His head snapped toward me. Those dark eyes, no longer empty. Wide. Vulnerable. Really? He smiled then, a real smile, small and uncertain and utterly disarming. Okay. I'll stay. The seasons changed. Nico stopped wearing borrowed clothes and got his own. He learned to work the register, badly at first, then better. The regulars loved him. Where'd you find this one, they'd ask. He's adorable. Rain, I'd say. He came with the rain. He never talked about his past. But sometimes, at night, I'd hear him moving through the shop, not restless, just checking. Making sure everything was still there. Making sure I was still there. One night, I found him sitting by the window, watching the stars. Can't sleep? I don't want to forget, he said quietly. Any of this. You won't. How do you know? Because I'll remind you. I sat down beside him. Every day, if I have to. He leaned his head against my shoulder. Warm. Real. Present. Thank you. For the rain. For everything. I put my arm around him. Outside, the stars were bright. Inside, for the first time in my life, the shop didn't feel empty. The end?